Welcome to 108 Gate. We are ready now to do the Divine Masculine reading. I hope you're well. So we're going to do the Root Chakra today. If you do not want to listen to that, you can mute it, and then when I pick up the cards you'll know that I've already done that. So for those of you who do want the Root Chakra tuning fork, here we go. Enjoy. And here we go. Divine Masculine. Definitely some things are solidifying and some things are whirring away. So this is why it was so important before, when I was saying that those splits that were occurring, we really need to get stuck into some of those deeper things, that deeper work that we need to do to make sure that certain things are going to actually remove and release and let go when we do that. Because if something's holding on and you're still you're releasing, but it's still holding on, it's like we needed that extra time to make sure that we cleared it, even if it's holding on. So I don't know why I'm seeing this image, but it's like the example of, in an action film, the one person, should we say, escapes and gets free from something, and then the other person, not so great, should we say, grabs hold of the ankle, or they grab hold of the person and like pulls them down, or tries to push them out of train or something like that. Is that kind of vibe. So that split on some level felt like you were trying to get away. Well, if this resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, don't even try and make it resonate. That split felt like some of the energies that we were trying to get rid of were that kind of nature of, like, you needed to really shrug it off, you needed to throw it off. So desire, going towards what you desire, going towards where your passion, where your heart beats strongest, beats fonder. And again, it feels like this root is about communicating to yourself in a way that it enables those things that you know that are good for you to actually come into fruition. They actually come into existence, come into being, so that you are better able to make those choices, make those decisions with a clearer mind, with a clearer emotional space, with a kind of, it's coming in as a more committed space, a more, it's like the vision is, you're getting the pieces of the vision, you're getting the pieces of the puzzle, you're getting the pieces of what's next. Although you may have a solid kind of vision of where you want to go and where you're heading and how you want to do it, it's about also allowing that flexibility to come in, so that it's not pulling away what's not possible, but it's kind of like substituting something gently, or removing something gently to something more suitable, more ideal, easier to get on some level, because it's more suitable and more ideal. Allowing those things to shift around a bit, so just kind of so that communicating with optimism to yourself about certain things happening in a particular way. So absence, what is not here is the key. Straight away, this feels like the absence of that pull, the absence of that distress, the absence of the stress of the other force or whatever pulling you down or pulling you around, and it's like that's not there anymore, and just excelling in the peace, excelling in the mind space, so that you can feel the elevation process, you can feel the subtle energies of the elevation process. This is an absolutely gorgeous energy. It's so gentle, it's so calm, it's so kind, but yet you're able to feel the power, you're able to feel the momentum behind it. And this is why, again, it was important that we were really slowing right down and feeling those sort of energies and making sure that we are building that muscle of the intuition and instincts even greater and deeper and stronger. Knight of Cups. So it's like holding a it's holding a greater version of emotional well-being in your mind. So I know that we got the Knight of Cups here, but the way he's throwing the cup away, it's like, right, I've been a knight for such a long time. I've been a knight, and I appreciate having this opportunity to be a knight. I'm ready to be a king. I'm ready to be even more in tune with my emotional well-being, my higher emotional intelligence. So although it's been great, yes, it's not that I don't need this cup or don't want this cup. It's that I've outgrown this cup. This cup has outgrown me. It's like it needs to be handed down. I don't even know what that means on some level, but let's go. Let's see what it says. Right. It needs to be handed down. Like something needs to be, like the role or the position needs to be handed to the next generation or the next level of self. So there's another aspect of self that needs that evolution, that needs that emotional, tentative kind of care. So it's handing it down, that version now, to the next level of self. So if you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have your different levels of the triangle. So you've satiated certain things, but it's not that you have to do it in a linear process. But now it's understanding that this is sorted, that's sorted, but there's other things in between that need sorting out too. So making sure that although you're feeling solid and concrete and healthy and safe and secure in a new area, a space that you may have been working on for a while, it's like you're feeling that achievement there, and it's like, well, that part can evolve and move on to the next part of sorting things out, of bringing more in for yourself and understanding more of that of yourself. But then there's a new part now. That part of self needs to be worked on. This part of self needs to be worked on. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Well, I'm not even sure why I keep saying it. If you're interested, have a look. And if you... Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Stop yapping. Sorry. What do you want to see? So then as you realise that I actually have this in my hand, I actually now have this safe and secure and I can feel it, which is really appropriate for the Root Chakra tuning fork. There's lots of different images going on right now, so forgive me. Slow right down. Bring it to centre. Is somebody working on an app? I don't know. I'm seeing this as somebody's app. I don't know whose app it is, what app it is, but someone's working on an app, or an app is coming up. Is there a way an app has been helpful? An app has been assisting in organisation or something like that. Anyway, when coming back to this point here, so King of Swords with this cosmic mirror, looking next to the clarity, identifying the clarity of now you've gone from Knight of Cups into a King space. This King space now is going to allow for clarity to come in of how you're going to shape certain things to the next level. So the next bigger level means that you need to start visualising it in a different way. However that is for you. I'm not even going to go into the different ways because you've all got your own ways of visualising. You've all got your own ways of connecting with your higher communications and things like that. So that's on you. That's up to you. So enjoy that. So the Knight of Cups coming in here, exactly what I was saying earlier. So now you find out where is it. Well, it's not that you're seeking it, but you're going to start identifying. Okay, this is a very delicate balancing process. So as you are now understanding, I'm feeling safe in this space, I'm feeling quite secure in this space, and it evolves into King of Swords. You get more information about how you need to go to the next steps, where you want to proceed from this. Not fully yet seeing where this new space of yourself, this new version of yourself is leading to. So start looking into where is this leading to, where am I going to go, not with grasping for answers. It's kind of more of a curious thing, like you've gone into a new forest or a new space, a new jungle, whatever it is, and it's kind of like looking at what it is and what it has to offer you, and where do you feel drawn to something, and then where do those sparks of inspiration and encouragement come in. That's how you're going to get a stronger visualization over here. So over on this side, as you're letting go of that one and letting that part evolve, you have a new space within yourself that needs to be worked on next. I was hoping we'd get to this point soon, because it was kind of getting monotonous and just kind of going in a circle. So now we're going to get more insight of the next thing that needs to be worked on. So not to get downhearted or disheartened or anything like that, because this is the way it evolves. This is the sign of how it's evolving. This is dealt with, you've sorted it out, go into the desire, communicating properly and optimistically about it, understanding that your stress and worries about this are dissipating. That's the beauty of it. You're not tackling this or doing this in a way of having to do this and juggle that. There's going to be greater ease at which this is going to move forward. So as this moves forward now, you've got another space for a new plate to spin. So as you bring in this new plate, you're going to start seeing now where this presents some challenges, where it presents you with some opportunity to shift and change and evolve again. So this is part of a new cycle coming in. I absolutely dig this. But we're going to start getting more information about that new cycle, getting more information about where we're heading, why the certain things that we did will become more apparent. It'll start making more sense. And then the thing is, now I don't want to get fixated on this, but the thing is to remember certain ways of doing things. So how did you calm yourself down and just let go of certain things and allow the flow to go through? Remembering these kind of things, because when they come up again and you have similar scenarios, similar things coming up again in the future, but with a new challenge or similar kind of energies, similar emotions, you will be better able to identify them sooner and kind of go into that peaceful space, go into that observing objective space, rather than being emotionally charged in a negative way and then being aggressive and trying to grasp at it and push it and this, that and the other. Just coming in with a different degree of grace, a different degree of what's the word? I don't know. The word feels far away. So let the word come to us. Grace, dignity, elegance. It's kind of like there's this particular kind of gentleness and calm. Again, it's like the image of a child possibly fallen over or they've hurt themselves. They come to you. The most important thing is not to panic and to freak them out even further just because you see a bit of blood. If it's just like, you may be panicking inside, but it's like, right, calm, adjust self. First assess the situation. Is it what I initially see it as, or what is the actual situation? Then you see it's just a little nip, but they've been crying for so long over there that there's just blood everywhere, and it's like, but then you clean it up and it's just like a little, okay. But the child needing that support, again, quite an emotional response to that. It could be another opportunity to do some deep childhood work, wound healing. It's different wound coming up. Don't know exactly. There we go. So wait, this I'm going to put it there. He wants to go there. Let's put it there for now. This is a new thing being offered. It's like a new initiation coming up. It doesn't come without its challenges. It doesn't come without its obstacles. It doesn't come without its conflicts and this, that and the other. The thing is, look at her face. Right, if you just told her that she's got a new obstacle and issue coming up that she's got to work on, she looks quite chuffed about it. And I think we can do. I think we can feel quite confident in approaching this and it approaching us, because if we're at this point and we are aware of certain things and practicing certain things and working on responding differently to things and strengthening that, it feels like there's a lot more confidence in when something comes in that's challenging. Throat chakra wants to close up. If there's something that comes in that is challenging, it feels like it is more likely to be able to, if I try and speed up my voice, it just starts. Interesting. Slow right down. We have the tools that we've been building. We have the initiative that we've been honing in and making sure that we're refining it. The intuition, the instinct right now seems really important. So maybe that is one aspect of what we may be building, maybe working on here. So the intuition, the instinct needs to be responsive in a positive manner, in a beneficial manner, if not a neutral manner, to make sure we are able to assess a situation, able to assess a opportunity, we're able to assess a new space with kind of that ease, that calm, and not creating ripples in the space, but more so kind of gliding in and then assessing what's going on, assessing if this is worthwhile for yourself or not. And then you're able to either keep yourself there because it's beneficial or remove yourself without fuss if it's not beneficial. There really is a beautiful elegance around this dance. It's like dancing through your dancing through the timeline, dancing through the it just literally feels like you're present, or that's what is to be worked on for some. Being able to dance through the essence of now with that clarity, with that awareness of what's good for you and what's not. Therefore, investing appropriately, investing in a way which suits you correctly, and looking to receiving the resources you need, looking to receiving all that which you know you deserve. You may not have felt it that you deserved it before. Again, another wand that possibly of conflict. Do you feel worthy of that which is good for you? Are you receptive to receiving that which is good for you? How strong is your container of wealth? How strong is your capacity to hold the goodness that's about to come in? Well, that is coming in, and more that can come in. Is perpetual evolution. That was weird. My eyelids felt really heavy all of a sudden, and then justice came in. Justice right now feels like, with the cosmic mirror, is off on its own little thing. This feels as though it's certain things you've got to focus on yourself and let yourself do the work on this and that and the other. But over here, there feels like that as you're working on yourself, you're going to be seeing certain things happening in your mind's eye, possibly in your emotions. You might have like an epiphany or something like that, and something comes up. Basically, it's really strong, powerful information within yourself. You might not verbalize it. I don't know who this is, but it's absolute kick-ass. So you see it, you feel it, you are trusting it, and you're going with it because you can, because you know you've got the faith and trust in it. So over here, it feels as though as you're doing more of this, going towards it and knowing that now you're better able to know or sense that you can assess something. You're not going to just jump into something without a very, very particular checklist kind of in your mind, or you're building that checklist more accurately. You're developing that checklist. Right, so I didn't check this before, I need to check it now. Didn't check this before, I didn't need to check it now. And then maybe certain people you're connecting with or contacting, and they kind of alert you to, have you looked for this? Have you looked for that? No, I haven't. Thank you for the heads up. It's that kind of wealth. It's not necessarily just financial or whatever. That is a remnant of this due diligence here. So as you're doing that, you're going to see certain evidence or certain situations bringing justice around. So if there was somebody or something or some people or whatever it is that wasn't suitable for you, it was how can I put it diplomatically and gently, people who were unkind, if people were unkind or dismissive of you or judgmental, whatever it is, I'm not don't want to go too deep into that because we want to stay up here. You're going to see that they might even try again to come back and get your attention, seek your approval, seek your forgiveness and all that stuff. It's all well and good. I think at this point, this side, these things are done and dusted. So the King of Swords at this point feels like it's going to be easy to forgive. This stuff that's coming up here, I don't know what that's about yet. Well, that's the whole point. It's coming in, so we don't know. But that kind of stuff over here is not forgiven yet. It needs forgiveness. This over here, they're going to be asking for forgiveness. It's going to be absolutely no issue for you. It's kind of like, well, you're already forgiven. I'm not staying stuck in this process of forgiving you because you're already forgiven. Therefore, they're going to have to sit with this stuff themselves. You're not being held down by them because they've kept you locked in that demise. They no longer can keep you locked in that diminished self or disapproving of self space. You've come up from it. You've lifted yourself up from it, and now you're soaring. This is something that I feel if this had come 6 months ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever it is, it would have really shook you. So I think this is coming in now to kind of give you a reference point of how strong you've become, how much you've evolved in this particular space. This is where the lessons are learnt, in the sense of not that this is where they were learning process in the classroom, but this is kind of like the and how are you gonna, like, you actually meet the master, and the master has to like kind of see how much you've actually learned, and they're testing, and it's not a life test as such. It's just kind of like you having that chance to really observe yourself, observe your emotions, observe your responses, observe how you speak to them, observe how you I was going to say reserve, more reserved as opposed to feeling defensive. And this is why I say about the forgiveness thing, unless you've worked through certain things, I don't feel that forgiveness is something you just give or can be given. There's certain things that have to be worked through. There's certain things that have to be processed, eliminated and brought in. So all these different processes happening for genuine, sincere forgiveness. And when you hit that sweet spot of forgiveness, not making excuses for, not just giving them the benefit of the doubt, not just bygones be bygones kind of thing. It's a deep, 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 genuine, sincere forgiveness of like, that's the one that frees you and liberates you here. And then the justice comes in. You've forgiven it. You've let it go. They can't hold you down anymore. They can't pin you down. They can't pin you to anything. You're not emotionally bound. You're not emotionally... I don't mean to say this in a horrible way, but this is a word that's coming in. You're not emotionally crippled by it anymore. Somebody's feeling that's relevant. You're able to build yourself up, but you've built yourself up going through this process. Here now is the winning streak, the winning part of it. So when you are now in this part of a new challenge coming up, you are possibly, if you're in that space, going to be looking at it more so like she is. Right, what have we got next? What have we got here? How are we going to approach this? And as you do that, you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Everything just looks shinier. Everything is shinier. Everything moves easier. Everything starts becoming accessible. Right, I'm going to put that there. Yeah. It's coming in. It needs to go there. Right. So now it feels like some heads up is kind of coming in here. This is a long reading. Is it 24? Okay. right, the world, where do you look? Where do you go? What do you want to see? So now it's kind of like looking out to the horizon and not anticipating trouble, not anticipating anything untoward coming in. And this isn't going to be your average, normal kind of challenge. It's not going to be like so-and-so coming in and creating havoc and problems for you, whatever. You're kind of dealing with that stuff over there. This is an internal issue. This is an internal thing of how do you walk into the world? How do you walk through the world? What is it internally that you are now conflicted with? What is it internally that needs that attention, love and care, healing and so forth, to build that foundation for yourself? So you're working on, for those of you who's resonating, not all of you, I'm just saying, it's a general reading, just reading the cards, energy and astrology. It's an internal conflict which you're going to be facing to express another part of yourself in a healthy and confident manner. So I'm going to leave that there. It just feels really quiet. So to make sure we solidify that quiet and that calm, I'm going to do 3 more of these to close up reading. If you did want a personal reading, it's 108gate@gmail.com. For those of you who'd like this, here we go. Enjoy. So for now, peace and love.